Only 9 players in NFL history have ever done this. In over 100 years of NFL football, with thousands of running backs carrying the rock, only 9 players have ever rushed for 20 or more touchdowns in a single season. And here is who made history. Number 9, Larry Johnson, 20 touchdowns in 2005. Some players wait their entire careers for an opportunity. Larry Johnson only needed 9 games to become a legend. Now, Larry Johnson's path to stardom wasn't immediate. He spent his first 2 seasons backing up the legendary Priest Holmes, who we'll talk about later. But when Holmes went down with a career-altering injury in 2005, Johnson seized his opportunity in spectacular fashion. In just the final 9 games of that season as a starter, Johnson was absolutely unstoppable. He finished with 1,750 rushing yards and those 20 touchdowns, earning first-team All-Pro honors. His combination of size at 6'1", 235 pounds, and surprising speed made him a nightmare for defenses. Johnson would follow this up with an even better statistical season in 2006, rushing for over 1,789 yards, but his total touchdowns dropped to just 17. That 2005 campaign remains his crowning achievement and earns him a spot in this elite club. Number 8, Joe Morris, 21 touchdowns in 1985. They said he was too small. At 5'7", Joe Morris heard it his entire career, but in 1985, the New York Giants running back made every doubter eat their words. But what he lacked in height, he made up for with his explosive power and incredibly low center of gravity that made him nearly impossible to bring down at the goal line. In 1985, Morris rushed for 1,336 yards and those 21 scores, helping the Giants to a 10-6 record. He was the engine of a team that would go on to win Super Bowl 21 the very next season. Morris proved that size doesn't matter when you have heart, vision, and the ability to find the end zone. His 1985 season remains one of the greatest in Giants franchise history. Number 7, Terrell Davis, 21 touchdowns in 1998. The 1998 NFL season belonged to one man, and his name was Terrell Davis. If we're talking about peak performance, Terrell Davis might have the greatest 3-year stretch of any running back ever. But 1998 was special even by his standards. Davis rushed for 2,008 yards, becoming just the 4th player in NFL history to eclipse the 2,000-yard mark, and he added 21 touchdowns on the ground. He led the Broncos to a second consecutive Super Bowl victory, earning Super Bowl MVP honors for the 2nd straight year. Davis was the focal point of that Denver offense, and defenses simply could not stop him. Tragically, injuries cut his career short, but what Terrell Davis accomplished in his prime was nothing short of legendary. His 1998 season is considered one of the 5 greatest individual seasons by a running back in NFL history. Number 6, Terry Allen, 21 touchdowns in 1996, 2 torn ACLs, and in the 1990s, that was a career death sentence. However, Terry Allen didn't get the memo. Terry Allen's story is one of perseverance. He tore his ACL twice early in his career, injuries that would have ended most players' careers in that era. But Allen fought back and put together a remarkable 1996 campaign. That season, Allen rushed for 1,353 yards and found the end zone 21 times. He was selected to the Pro Bowl and earned second-team All-Pro honors. Allen was a powerful downhill runner who excelled in short yardage situations. While he may not have the name recognition of others on this list, Terry Allen's 1996 season was truly elite, and his journey to get there makes it even more impressive. Number 5, John Riggins, 24 touchdowns in 1983. Most running backs are finished by age 30. John Riggins was just getting started at 34. John Riggins was 34 years old in 1983. Let that sink in. At an age when most running backs are long retired, Riggins put together one of the greatest touchdown seasons in NFL history. He rushed for 1,347 yards and those 24 touchdowns, leading the league in both categories. Riggins was the ultimate power back, a 6'2", 240-pound battering ram who punished defenders rather than avoiding them. This came just 1 year after his iconic Super Bowl 17 performance, where he broke free for a 43-yard touchdown run and declared, "Reagan may be president, but tonight I'm the king." Riggins' 1983 season cemented his legacy as one of the greatest goal line backs in NFL history. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1992. Number 4, Emmitt Smith, 25 touchdowns in 1995 and 21 touchdowns in 1994. When you're the NFL's all-time leading rusher, one legendary season isn't enough. Emmitt Smith did it twice. Emmitt Smith was the definition of consistency and excellence. During the Cowboys' dynasty years of the early 1990s, Smith was the heartbeat of the offense. In 1994, Smith rushed for 1,484 yards and 21 touchdowns while helping Dallas win their third Super Bowl in 4 years. But 1995 was even better. Smith exploded for 1,773 yards and 25 rushing touchdowns, earning his fourth rushing title. What made Emmitt Smith special was his combination of vision, durability, and innate ability to find the end zone. He wasn't the fastest or most powerful back, but he was always in the right place at the right time. Smith's 2 appearances on this list speak to his sustained greatness over the Cowboys' championship run. Number 3, Priest Holmes, 27 touchdowns in 2003 and 21 touchdowns in 2002. Undrafted, overlooked, underestimated. Priest Holmes turned all of that into motivation and became unstoppable. Priest Holmes was an undrafted free agent who became one of the most dominant offensive weapons of his era. After serving as a backup in Baltimore, Holmes signed with Kansas City and became a superstar. In 2002, he rushed for 1,615 yards and 21 touchdowns. Then, in 2003, he took it to another level entirely with 1,420 rushing yards and 27 touchdowns. That 2003 season saw Holmes score a total of 27 times on the ground, tied for the second most in a single season ever. Behind one of the greatest offensive lines in NFL history, Holmes was virtually unstoppable inside the 5-yard line. His back-to-back seasons on this list demonstrate just how dominant he was during his peak years in Kansas City. Number 2, Shaun Alexander, 27 touchdowns in 2005. The 2005 MVP race wasn't even close. Shaun Alexander ran away with it literally. Shaun Alexander's 2005 campaign was the culmination of years of excellence. He rushed for 1,880 yards and tied Priest Holmes' record with 27 rushing touchdowns, earning the league's Most Valuable Player award. Alexander was a graceful runner with exceptional vision and soft hands. He led Seattle to the Super Bowl that year, their first in franchise history, behind an elite offensive line featuring Hall of Famers Walter Jones and Steve Hutchinson. Alexander was nearly unstoppable. That 2005 season remains one of the greatest individual performances by a running back in NFL history, and Alexander's 27 touchdowns stood as the record until one man broke it the very next year. Number 1, LaDainian Tomlinson, 28 touchdowns in 2006. There's greatness, there's legendary, and then there's LaDainian Tomlinson's 2006 season. Nothing else comes close. LT's 2006 season is widely considered the greatest single season by a running back in NFL history. He had rushed for 1,815 yards and shattered the touchdown record with 28 rushing scores. When you add his 3 receiving touchdowns, Tomlinson scored 31 total touchdowns, a record that still stands today. Tomlinson was the complete package. Speed, power, vision, and hands. He could beat you in every way imaginable. That season, he won the MVP award unanimously and led the Chargers to a 14-2 record. His 28 rushing touchdowns may never be broken. In today's pass-heavy NFL, the idea of a running back finding the end zone that many times seems almost impossible. LaDainian Tomlinson's 2006 season stands as the gold standard, the Mount Everest of running back performances. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe for more NFL history content. Drop a comment below telling us which player's season impressed you the most. See you next time.